exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go, but he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Reese?
Holly, thank you. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Takes the handoff. It's Hughes. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Breaks the tackle. He's got enough for the first down, and he might get a few bonus yards if they called that a face mask. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. The run inside. It's Hughes. To the 10. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Houston.
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Tight end now in motion. On the ground with the counter. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. There's a crease. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Austin Simmons, the play fake. Bringing the heat. And they got him.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Breaks into the open. And the defense drags him down.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
The offense changing the play. From the gun on third down, Simmons. Here's the pressure. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Missouri trying to convert this fourth down. Fourth down, Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right front.
The Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's a give to Hardy. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants to change this route. Here's Simmons to throw. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals because, you know, kick.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tigers. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Coming out with it, it's Martin. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. A come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Sanford. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Henderson. What a grab with one hand.
How about the eye-hand coordination by the tight end there? That ball was not put on his body, wasn't put on his face mask, but he's able to stick out the big hand and pluck it right out of the air.
Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for a gap. It's Hughes. He stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He reached into his bag for that move, and it didn't get him loose at all. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Thank you. That's what the defensive backs say to the defensive linemen when they get home and put pressure on the quarterback fast and the ball comes out erratic.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that 3rd down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
There's some room. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Missouri! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Martin. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Running inside. It's Sanford. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense not showing press coverage. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking for a man. It's Henderson. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is a free safety that not only can play in the middle of the field and play center field, but he can lock up man-to-man as well with great coverage. You saw it there.
Third and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the open. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front, and good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Simmons fires to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The run inside. It's Hughes. There he goes. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cougars!
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for two out to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to the ground with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Wide receiver going in motion. Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons on third. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the... He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback Keaton shakes off the defender. And he's brought down after the spin move for a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Fights off a defender. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lee. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing Simmons. Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
To throw, it's Simmons. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Goes high to pull it in. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
Running inside, it's Hardy. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Got it behind the line. It's Hardy. Could not make his way to the corner. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. Makes a deep grab. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Timeout Houston, their 2nd. They'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Got his man on the outside. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Cougars are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Martin. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for a man, it's Henderson. They go to the wide receiver screen.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. The Cougars racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going...
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Taking it the other way. Smashes ahead. After making the interception, he took it all the way back and sets up his offense at the 17-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? A little screen to the running back. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We begin with the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the number 17 team, the Ole Miss Rebels.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They go right back to Hardy. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll give it to Hardy. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Simmons, under fire. Got his man, turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Tigers are marching down the field. Give to the left, it's Hardy. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the field. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
And the Cougars can really attack on this second and short. Run inside. It's Hughes. Oh, he got loose. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Henderson. Trying to set up the screen. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's got it! Touchdown, Cougars! They take the lead with the 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he added the extra point. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Might be changing the route. Throwing Simmons. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here's a give to Hardy. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Henderson. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man, it's Thomas. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
I wonder how much of that incompletion is due to the pass rush. That quarterback did not have a lot of time to throw that football. This offensive line is going to have to do a better job giving him time.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Complete. Breaks into the open. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Got a man. It's Walker. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Final stats in the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Trying play action. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. Going to the run, it's Hughes. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Houston. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Simmons to the air again. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
A strike downfield. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or hide. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Looking to throw, it's Henderson. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
And he's going to bring this one out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Here's Simmons to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense.
Finds a spot in the middle. Turns on the Jets. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers! conversion attempt coming up. Snapped it in the shotgun. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense ready to go back to work. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Looking downfield, it's Henderson. Throws for the tight end. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Fires to the middle. It's complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Trying to move the chains, Houston comes to the line on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Reads it, fires complete. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
The Cougars, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Running inside, it's Hughes. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. The defense working to manage that clock. They used the timeout, 1:55 remaining.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football. With the lead late in the game, if we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Trying to escape and get it himself. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And, man, that puts this thing away. The QB comes up with another play. Plenty of plays to point to throughout this game, but this one right here ends it. Late in the game, they put it in his hands, and Palmer, he finds a way to get it done.
And you know his play caller was telling him in the headset before the snap, hey, if it's not open, take off and go get this W right now. You can do it with your legs. The defense decided to try to get after him with the pass rush, but they didn't keep him in the pocket, and he makes them pay for it.
With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal